lean forward and see how long before you want to start to wind the windows up and feel like you're going to fall over. Same, see how far backwards you can lean before you feel like you're... The trick is, the minute you feel off balance, drop your weight. Drop your weight. You feel like you're starting to wind the windows up, drop your weight. Go for the rails. Bend at the knees and go for the rails. It's harder on your backhand or either your outside rail as you start to lose balance. If you just bend your knees, you'll still fall over. The trick is, as you feel yourself starting to go, take your stomach and roll it out over your knees and lower your weight.
Lower your weight to it.
Instinctively, most people will lock legs and... Whereas if you remember, as you're starting to go, roll, go limbo. Hope that's useful. Hey, put your shopping down.
Windmill, put the shopping down.
Put the shopping down.
Put the shopping down.
Go on, those bags look heavy.
Yeah!
God, these bags are heavy. Heavy bags always bend at the knees, isn't it? Bend at the knees, or you'll hurt your back. Put the shopping down. That's why as surfers, you want to be as upright as you can be without locking the legs. Because yes, when you first get to your feet, it's nice to have a nice low center of gravity, but if you don't bring yourself back up, you'll have no suspension to the legs, giving you no compression to the body. And that's where if you're starting to feel off balance, you've got nowhere to go if you're already too low. That's where by having a nice bit of extension to the legs, you start to feel off balance, you can drop your weight, go for the rails. But that's where as surfers, you want to be as upright as you can be without locking your legs. Low center of gravity is really good when you first get to your feet, but after that, if you start to feel unstable, you've got nowhere to go. Bring yourself up, so you've got a lot more compression and extension to the body.
And then as you go through your turns, you find yourself.
And you don't want that.
Should have put the shopping down.
If you've ever seen the old limbo, a good one to practice is just standing there and seeing how sort of far you can limbo before you feel like you're going to fall over, and start to test the flexibility in your spine, because when you're falling onto that outside rail, it's that same limbo in style that's going to get you back onto your feet. So a good way, if you just take a few moments, even a week, put yourself in your stance and think, right, how far can I lean back before I feel like I'm just going to fall over? And you'll start to build flexibility and strength in your lower back. Even to start with, if you can only sort of get to here and stop. But by doing it a little bit every week, you'll start to gain more flexibility, more flexibility. By the end, you'll be like something out of the Matrix. Sorted. But to start with, go easy. Don't go throwing yourself into lots of limbo dance routines. But yes, build up some core strength with your lower back. That's why a lot of kids look so natural at surfing. They're used to running around like nutters and falling over and going off balance and regaining it. They're constantly practicing it. And as you get older, you find you don't really practice feeling off balance and regaining it and just testing where your comfort zones are. When you become an adult, you tend to find if you lose your balance, you tend to fall over. And the trick is learning what it feels like to start to feel yourself starting to go and recenter your weight. Feel yourself starting to go and lower that center of gravity. One point is, do be careful. Don't be doing it right up next to something that's sharp or the corner of a table, so you're going to end up knocking yourself out. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Because with surfing, you need to go a bit, ooh, Matrix style. That's why chiropractors love us. Oh, me back. Put the shopping down.